Ladies and gentlemen, listen closely. Listen to the silence around you. In this silence, there is a power waiting to be released. And the key to that power is resting on the tip of your tongue. We are here to speak of the most dangerous and the most glorious instrument you possess. Your word. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that your word is your wand. It is not merely a tool for communication, it is a tool for creation. In the United States, and indeed across the modern world, we pride ourselves on freedom of speech. We fight for the right to say whatever we want, whenever we want. But we have forgotten the spiritual price of that freedom. We have forgotten the law. The law does not care about your politics or your opinions. The law cares about your vibration. Florence taught us that life is not a battle, life is a game. But it is a game that cannot be played successfully without knowing the rules. And the primary rule is this: by your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. Let us look at the boomerang of sound. Imagine for a moment that every sentence you speak is a physical object. A boomerang. When you speak, you throw it out into the universe. It travels through the ether. It gathers momentum. It picks up energy that matches its nature. And then inevitably, mathematically, it returns to you. You are continually harvesting the fruits of your words. There is no escaping this. If you wake up in the morning and say, "I am so tired, nothing ever goes right for me," you have just thrown a boomerang of fatigue and failure. The subconscious mind, which is the faithful servant of your spirit, hears this command. It does not argue. It does not say, "Oh, surely you don't mean that." It simply obeys. It arranges your day to ensure that you remain tired. It arranges circumstances to ensure that nothing goes right. You have ordered a dish of misfortune, and the universe serves it to you on a platter. But consider the opposite. Consider the man or woman who understands the spiritual law. They wake up and say, "I have a wonderful work, in a wonderful way, and I give wonderful service for wonderful pay." They have thrown a boomerang of success. Even if their bank account is empty in that moment, they have set the forces of the universe in motion to fill it. They are creating a new design. This is why you must become a sentry at the gate of your mind. You must watch your words. You cannot speak of lack and expect abundance. You cannot speak of sickness and expect health. It is a scientific impossibility. You cannot plant a cactus and expect to harvest a rose. Many of you are holding on to your trouble simply because you will not stop talking about them. You recount your bad day to your spouse. You text your friends about your financial anxiety. You complain about the traffic, the weather, the economy. Every time you do this, you are cementing these conditions into your reality. You are giving them life. You are feeding the lions of lack with your own energy. Starve the fear. Feed the faith. Now you might ask, "But I am human. I have habits. What happens when I slip? What happens when I say something negative by accident?" Florence gave us the remedy. It is the law of neutralization. You must actively and immediately cancel the negative. The subconscious mind is impressed by your intensity. If you catch yourself saying, "I can't afford that," you must stop right there. Do not let that seed take root. You must immediately trample it out. Say to yourself with fire in your spirit, cancel that right now. I call on the law of divine supply. I have a supply for every demand. If you find yourself saying, "I am afraid I will lose this job," you must catch the boomerang before it flies. You say, "No, cancel that. I am under divine protection. God's plan for me is permanent and perfect. What is mine cannot be lost." You must be quick. You must be sharp. Think of your mind as a garden. A negative word is a weed. If you pull it out the moment it appears, it does no damage, but if you let it sit there, if you repeat it, if you water it with your worry, it will grow into a jungle that chokes out your good. Change your language, and you change your luck. Do not say times are hard. Say, I am immune to hard times, for I am under grace. Do not say, I am sick. Say, I am resting while the infinite intelligence heals my body. This leads us to the highest form of prayer, the command. Most people approach the infinite intelligence like a beggar. They plead, they whine, they bargain. Please, God, if you just give me this one thing, I will be good. This is not the way of the master. This is not the way of the alchemist. Florence Scovel Shinn reminds us that you do not beg the sun to shine. You do not beg the air to fill your lungs. You simply step into the sunlight. You simply breathe. It is your right. In the same way, you must stop begging for your good. You must command it to appear. This is not arrogance. This is faith. This is knowing who you are. You are a child of the infinite. All that the Father has is yours, but you must claim it. Stop asking, can I have success? Start declaring, I claim my divine right to success. Stop asking, will I ever find love? Start declaring, my perfect partner is on their way to me now, by a magical path. When you command, you are showing the universe that you trust it. You are stepping onto the bridge of faith. You are telling the subconscious mind that the debate is over. The decision has been made. There is a mighty power in the spoken word. Decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. So, today, I want you to make a pact with yourself. I want you to take up your wand. Look at your wallet. If it is empty, speak to it. Do not curse it. Speak to it. Say, I bless my money with love. It returns to me 1,000-fold. My supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate. Look at your confusion. If you do not know which way to turn, speak to it. Say, Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate right action. Let me see the open door. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the writer of your script. You are the director of your movie, and you are doing it all with your words. So, cancel the old script. Tear it up. It does not serve you. The old stories of failure, of not enough, of it's too late are finished. Raise your wand, speak your power, say it with me now. In your heart or out loud. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. I am now on the royal road of success, happiness, and abundance. My word is my wand, and I do not use it lightly. The walls of Jericho fell down at the sound of a shout. Your walls of lack, your walls of fear, your walls of limitation are waiting for one thing. They are waiting for your shout. They are waiting for your command. Speak, and let the glory of your divine design come rushing in. Let us speak now of the shadow. Let us speak of the heavy weight that sits on the chest of the modern world, anxiety, stress, the constant, nagging feeling that something is about to go wrong. Florence Scovel Shinn gave us a definition of fear that changeth everything. She said, fear is only inverted faith. Think about that. It is the same energy. It is the same power. Faith is the expectation of good. Fear is the expectation of evil. When you are afraid, you are using your divine power of imagination, but you are using it in reverse. You are building up a mental picture of disaster with the same intensity that you could use to build a picture of success. You are believing. But you are believing in the wrong things. We must correct this error. And we must do it now. First, we must face the lion in the pathway. Many of you are running. You are running from a situation you cannot control. Perhaps it is a pile of bills on the kitchen counter that you are afraid to open. Perhaps it is a confrontation with a boss or a partner that you have been avoiding for weeks. Perhaps it is a health concern that you are too terrified to check. The spiritual law is clear. What you run from will chase you. If you run away from the lion, it will pursue you to the ends of the earth. It will grow larger. It will grow louder. Its shadow will darken your entire life. Fear gets its power from your flight. But Florence taught us the secret of the lion. She said, stand still. If you stop running, if you turn around, if you look that lion directly in the eye, and say, "You have no power over me," a miracle happens. The lion fades away. It was a phantom. It was a shadow projected by your own mind. When you face the bill, the way to pay it appears. When you have the difficult conversation, the air clears. When you face the fear dissolves into nothingness. Whatever you are avoiding today, I want you to stop. Turn around. Walk up to it. The moment you face it without wavering, the infinite intelligence steps in to handle the details. Now let us talk about the habit of worry. In the spiritual sense, worry is a sin. That is a strong word, I know, but we must use strong words to break strong chains. Worry is a sin because it is an act of distrust. When you worry, you are essentially telling the universe, "I do not trust you. I do not trust that there is a divine plan. I believe that chaos and evil are stronger than order and good." To the American mind, and indeed the Western mind, we are taught to be realistic. We are taught to plan for the worst-case scenario. We have insurance for everything. We have backup plans for our backup plans. We constantly rehearse tragedy in our minds so that we won't be surprised. Florence Scovel Shinn says, "Stop it. You are preparing for a disaster that has not happened. And by preparing for it, by rehearsing it, you are inviting it in. You are rolling out the red carpet for your own misery." Why not prepare for the best? Why not use that incredible imagination of yours to visualize the best-case scenario? If you are worried about a trip, do not visualize flat tires and missed flights. Visualize a smooth journey and a happy arrival. If you are worried about an interview, do not visualize stumbling over your words. Visualize a handshake and a smile. Faith is not blind. Faith is simply choosing which future you are going to prepare for. And this brings us to the most practical instruction of all. You must dig your ditches. There is a story in the scriptures where the 3 kings were in the desert. There was no water for their armies or their horses. They consulted the prophet Elisha, and the prophet gave them a strange command. He did not give them water. He told them to dig ditches. He said, "Make this valley full of ditches. You shall not see wind, neither shall you see rain. Yet that valley shall be filled with water." This is the law of active faith. You are asking for the rain of abundance. You are asking for the answer to your prayer. But what are you doing to prepare for it? If you are asking for financial freedom, but you are hoarding every penny and talking about poverty, you have not dug your ditches. If you are asking for a new job, but you are still complaining about your old one and haven't bought a new suit, you have not dug your ditches. You must act as if you have already received. Active faith impresses the subconscious. The subconscious mind is like a child. It watches what you do more than it listens to what you say. If you ask for a guest to come for dinner, you set the table. You cook the food. You light the candles. You do this before they knock on the door. So look at your life today. Where are you waiting for proof before you believe? You have it backward. You must believe and prepare. Before the proof can arrive, go out and buy the wallet for the money that is coming. Clear the closet space for the relationship that is coming. Plan the vacation for the health that is coming. Show the universe that you expect it. When you dig the ditch, you are making space for the miracle. And I promise you, when the ditch is dug, the rain will fall. It is the law. It cannot fail. So, let us transmute this fear right now. Let us turn this energy around. Feel the anxiety in your body, that buzzing energy. That is raw power. That is your fuel. Do not suppress it. Do not hide from it. Take that energy and flip it over. Say, "I am not afraid. I am excited. I am watching the universe work in my favor." Say, "I am standing still. I am facing the lion. And I see it is only a shadow. The long night of worry is over. The morning of faith has broken." Dig your ditches. And watch them fill that movement on. The perfect square. Let us silence the noise of the world. Let us withdraw from the confusion of the day. We are here to answer the question that beats in every human heart. Why am I here? What is it all for? Am I drifting, or is there a plan? Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that life is not a random series of accidents. Life is a mathematical problem, but it is a problem that has already been solved. The solution is waiting for you in the realm of the fourth dimension. To find this solution, we must look at the geometry of your life. We must look at the square of life. Many of you are unhappy. You are restless. You feel a sense of lack, even when things seem to be going well. This is because you have built a life that is out of shape. You have built a triangle or a line, but not a square. True success is a perfect balance of four things, four absolute pillars: health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. Listen to those words again. Health, wealth, love, self-expression. If you have three but lack one, the structure cannot stand. Think of the richest man you know. He has millions in the bank. He has power. He has influence. But his body is failing. He cannot eat a simple meal without pain. He cannot sleep without medication. Is he successful? No, he has failed the square. Think of the woman who has perfect health. She has a loving family. She has a partner who adores her, but she lives in constant poverty. She worries about the rent every single month. She cannot afford to travel or enjoy the beauty of the world. Is she successful? No, her square is broken. And then there is the most tragic figure of all, the person who has health, who has money, and who has love, but who is miserable. Why? Because they are not expressing themselves. They are stuck in a job they hate. They are painting by numbers when they were born to create masterpieces. They are singing someone else's song. They lack perfect self-expression. The soul cries out for this balance. The soul knows that you are here to be happy, not 50% happy, not weekend happy, but fully, completely, geometrically happy. You must stop settling. The American mind is often taught to compromise. You can't have it all, they say. If you are lucky in love, you will be unlucky at cards. This is a lie. This is a superstition of the mortal mind. Infinite intelligence does not know compromise. The sun does not compromise with the night. It simply shines. You are here to complete your square. So, I want you to mentally scan your life right now. Close your eyes if you can. Visualize a square. Look at the corner of health. Is it strong? Look at the corner of wealth. Is it abundant? Look at the corner of love. Is it fulfilling? Look at the corner of expression. Are you doing what you love? If one of these corners is crumbling, do not despair. Do not blame yourself. Simply recognize it. Say to yourself, my square must be perfect. I claim the divine design that includes all four. We are not here to suffer. We are here to demonstrate the law, and the law is a law of fullness. Movement 2, the Plato pattern. Now that we understand the goal, we must understand the map. How do you find this perfect life? How do you find this perfect self-expression? There is an ancient idea going back to the philosopher Plato. He spoke of the archetypal ideas. He believed that for everything on earth, there's a perfect pattern in the heavens. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the divine design. There is a divine design for each person. There is a divine design for you. Listen to me closely. You are not an accident. You are not a biological coincidence. You are a thought in the mind of the infinite. And the infinite thinker does not think unclear thoughts. There is a picture of you in the superconscious mind. In this picture, you are doing the work you love. You are living with the people you belong with. You are receiving the money you deserve. There is a specific place that you are meant to fill, and no one else can fill it. Just like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle, you have a unique shape. If you try to jam yourself into a space that is not yours, you will be damaged. You will be frustrated. You will feel resistance. How many of you are forcing doors? How many of you are trying to be someone else? Perhaps you saw a friend become a lawyer. And they made money, so you thought, I should be a lawyer too, but your soul wanted to be a gardener. Perhaps you saw a celebrity living a certain lifestyle, and you tried to copy it, but your soul craved a quiet cottage by the sea. When you try to live someone else's design, things go wrong. You get sick, you lose money, you feel an emptiness that no amount of distraction can fill. This is because you are off your track. You are off your magic path. You must pray for your own pattern. You must ask to see the blueprints of your own soul. This requires humility. You must be willing to let go of the plans you made with your reasoning mind. The reasoning mind is limited. It only knows what it has seen before. It copies, it imitates, but the intuitive mind, the superconscious, knows the truth. Maybe the divine design for you is something you haven't even imagined yet. Maybe it is bigger than your dreams. Maybe it is different than your parents' expectations. You must be brave enough to ask for it. Here is the prayer. I want you to learn it. I want you to say it every morning before your feet hit the floor. Infinite Spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me be released. Let me see clearly the perfect plan. And then listen. The answer might come as a hunch. It might come as a sudden desire to go somewhere. It might come as a chance meeting. The Play-Doh pattern is real. It is waiting for you to recognize it. It is like a suit of clothes hanging in the closet of the universe, tailor-made for your exact measurements. Why would you wear a suit that doesn't fit? Why would you wear a suit that is too tight or too loose or the wrong color? Put on your own destiny. There is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is yours is yours. What belongs to you cannot be taken by anyone else. And what belongs to someone else, you do not want. Release all envy. Envy is simply a lack of trust in your own design. When you are jealous of another person's success, you are saying, God did not give me enough. Stop looking at their plate. Look at your own. Your feast is prepared. Your table is set. The divine design is waiting for you to take your seat. Movement 3. Release the how we come now to the hardest lesson, the lesson that the modern mind fights against with all its might. We know we want the square of life. We know there is a divine design. But now, the mind asks how. How will it happen? When will it happen? What are the steps? I need a plan. I need a spreadsheet. I need a guarantee. This is the trap. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us a golden rule. The how is the domain of the universe. We, in the Western world, are obsessed with the how. We want to micromanage the miracle. We want to tell God exactly how to fix our problems. I want a new job, you say, and then you add. But it must be at this specific company, and my cousin must get me the interview, and it must happen next Tuesday. You are dictating to the infinite. You are trying to force the hand of the Almighty. When you outline the channel, you close off all other channels. If you say it must come through your cousin, you might be blocking the stranger on the train who was sent to offer you the opportunity of a lifetime. If you say the money must come from the lottery, you might be blocking a brilliant investment idea or a gift or raise. You must stop outlining. You must stop planning the route. Think of it this way. You are the driver of a car, but this is a special car. You have control of the gas pedal. That is your desire. You have control of the brake. That is your fear. But you do not have the steering wheel. Infinite intelligence is the steering wheel. Your job is to press the gas. Your job is to desire the good, to affirm the good, and to keep your foot off the brake of fear. But you must let the Spirit steer. Man's extremity is God's opportunity. This means that often, when you have run out of plans, when you have run out of ideas, when you finally throw up your hands and say, I don't know what to do, that is when the magic happens. Why? Because you have finally stopped interfering. You have finally stopped blocking the view with your own limited logic. The reasoning mind cannot see around corners. The reasoning mind sees a brick wall and says, it is over. The universal mind sees the brick wall and sees a hidden door. It sees a ladder. It sees a tunnel. You must learn to stand still and let the salvation of the Lord be shown to you. This is not laziness. This is the highest form of spiritual activity. It takes incredible strength to trust. It takes incredible discipline to not meddle. When you cast the burden, you must leave it cast. Imagine you give a heavy suitcase to a porter at the train station. You say, "Please carry this for me." He takes it, but then 5 seconds later, you grab the handle and say, "Are you sure you have it? Let me help you. Let me carry half of it." You are not trusting the porter. You are still carrying the weight. Release the how. If you need money, affirm, "My supply comes from God and big happy financial surprises come to me now. Under grace, in perfect ways. Do not worry about where the check will come from. That is not your business. If you need love, affirm, "I am identified in love with my own. My perfect partners drawn to me by the law of affinity." Do not try to force a specific person to love you. Do not try to manipulate social situations. Let the universe manage the introductions. The universe is a master strategist. The universe is the ultimate CEO. It has resources you do not know about. It has connections you cannot see. It works in the invisible realm to arrange the visible. So, relax. Exhale. Take your hands off the steering wheel of the how. Say this with me: "I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. I do not limit the Holy One of Israel. I let go of the long road, and I call for the shortcut." Yes, there is a shortcut. The average man takes the long, hard road of trial and error. The spiritual man takes the shortcut of intuition and faith. Your divine design is a finished picture. It is already complete in the mind of God. You do not have to build it brick by brick. You simply have to walk into it. The way may seem dark right now. You may not see the next step. That is okay. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You only need to trust. Engage the engine of your faith. Press the gas pedal of your expectation. And let the infinite steer you into the harbor of your perfect happiness. The how is done. The when is now. The who is you. Claim your square. Find your pattern. And let the miracle occur. Movement high. Tuition from within there is a radio station that never sleeps. There is a broadcast that never stops. But very few people are tuned into the frequency. We live in a world that worships the intellect. We worship data. We worship spreadsheets. We worship the pros and cons list. We are taught from a young age to think things through, to analyze, to weigh the options. But Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that there is a faculty of the mind that is higher, faster, and infinitely more accurate than the intellect. It is called intuition. The word intuition literally means tuition from within. It is the teacher inside. It is the direct telephone line to the infinite intelligence. While the reasoning mind is fumbling in the dark, trying to find the light switch, the intuitive mind simply sees. It does not guess. It knows. And how does this tuition speak to you? It speaks in the language of the hunch. We have all felt it. A sudden, unexplained urge to go somewhere. A sudden desire to call a friend you haven't spoken to in years. A feeling that you should take the left turn instead of the right. Usually, we ignore these hunches. We say to ourselves, "That is silly. That is not logical. I have a plan, and I am sticking to it." And in doing so, we walk right past our gold mine. Florence taught that the hunch is the voice of God. It is your lead. It is the crumb trail that leads you out of the forest of confusion and into the clearing of success. You are seeking a competitive edge. You want to make better decisions in your business, in your relationships, in your investments. You are looking for a strategy. I tell you now, there is no strategy on earth more powerful than the magic of the hunch. The reasoning mind creates delays. The intuitive mind creates shortcuts. Imagine you are trying to solve a complex problem. You can spend weeks analyzing it with your brain. Or you can quiet the mind and ask for a lead. Suddenly, while you are washing the dishes or driving the car, the answer drops into your head. It is complete, it is perfect, and it is simple. This is the magic you have access to. But you must learn to trust it. You must learn to follow the lead. When the hunch comes, you must act. You cannot say, I will do it later. You cannot say, I will think about it. The hunch is a creature of the present moment. It is a spark. If you do not catch the spark, it goes out. The universe is trying to position you. It is trying to move you like a chess piece into the exact spot where your good is waiting. But if you are stiff, if you are stubborn, if you refuse to move until you see the logic, you miss the appointment. Some of the greatest successes in history were not planned. They were hunches followed. So, the first step is to wake up, start listening, pay attention to those quiet nudges. They are not random. They are the whispers of your destiny. Movement 2, the battle of intellect versus spirit. Now, we must speak of the enemy. The enemy is not outside of you. The enemy is your own reasoning mind. Florence Scovel Shinn was very clear on this. She said, the reasoning mind is the stumbling block. Why? Because the reasoning mind only knows what has happened in the past. It relies on memory, on history, and on the evidence of the senses. If you look at your bank account and it is empty, the reasoning mind says, you are broke. You cannot afford that. You are in danger. But the intuitive mind, the spirit, sees the future. It sees the check in the mail that arrives tomorrow. It says, buy the ticket. Go to the meeting. All is well. This is the battle you fight every day. The battle between the logic that sees the obstacle and the spirit that sees the destination. The intellect sees the wall. The intuition sees the door. Let us say you have a hunch to apply for a job. The reasoning mind immediately starts its lecture. You are not qualified, it says. They are not hiring, it says. You will be rejected, it says. If you listen to the intellect, you will stay home. You will stay safe, and you will stay stuck. But if you listen to the hunch, you override the logic. You say, I do not care what the statistics say. I have a lead. You make the call, and you find out that the position just opened up 5 minutes ago, and they were looking for someone exactly like you. This is the direct line to success. You cannot solve your problems with the same mind that created them. The reasoning mind created the worry. It cannot cure it. You must rise to the superconscious. The superconscious mind is the realm of perfect ideas. It is the realm of the divine design. In this realm, there are no obstacles. There is only a straight path. Florence used to say, the spiritual man makes no mistakes. Why? Because he is not guessing. He is under direct inspiration. But this requires courage. It requires you to look foolish to the outside world. Noah looked foolish when he built the ark on dry land. He had a hunch. David looked foolish when he fought a giant with a slingshot. He had a hunch. The world will tell you to be realistic. The world will tell you to play the odds. I am telling you to play the hunch. If you have an urge to speak, speak. If you have an urge to be silent, be silent. If you have an urge to walk away from a deal that looks perfect on paper, walk away. Your gut knows what your brain does not. Your brain can be tricked. Your brain can be manipulated by sales pitches and social pressure. Your intuition cannot be fooled. It is the truth detector of the soul. Stop arguing with your hunches. Stop debating with God. When the order comes down from the bridge of the ship, the engine room does not argue. It obeys. You are the engine room. The spirit is the captain. Follow the orders, and you will sail past the rocks that wreck other ships. Movement 3, divine selection. How do we apply this to the practical, gritty details of life? To our money? To our shopping? To our investments? We apply the law of divine selection. In the modern world, we are driven by the fear of lack. We are driven by the fear of paying too much. We are obsessed with the bargain. When we shop or when we invest, we often grab the cheapest thing. We grab what is safe. We grab what is on sale, even if we don't really like it. Florence Scovel Shinn warns us against this. She teaches that fear-based choices lead to poverty. If you buy a coat simply because it is cheap, you will never feel rich wearing it. It will carry the vibration of "I cannot afford better." And that vibration will attract more lack into your life. This does not mean you should be reckless. It does not mean you should spend money you do not have. It means you must wait for the lead when you go to shop, or when you go to look for a house, or a car, or an investment stock. You must pause. You say, "Infinite Spirit, show me the divine selection. Lead me to the right object. Lead me to the right price." And then you browse, you look, you might see something expensive, and your reasoning mind screams, "No," but your spirit feels a sense of peace. Your spirit feels a click. Or you might see something very cheap and your reasoning mind says, "Grab it." But your spirit feels a heaviness, a dullness. Follow the peace, follow the click. Perhaps the expensive item is the one that will last you 20 years and bring you great joy. Perhaps it is the suit that will get you the promotion. Perhaps the cheap investment is a trap that will lose you money in the long run. You do not know, but the infinite knows. I am always under direct inspiration. I make the right moves. Say that to yourself when you open your laptop to work. Say that to yourself when you walk into the grocery store. Say that to yourself when you are looking at the stock market. I make the right moves. When you live this way, you remove the stress of decision-making. You are no longer responsible for outsmarting the market. You are no longer responsible for outsmarting your competitors. You are simply responsible for listening. If you are a business person, this is your secret weapon. While others are analyzing trends from last year, you are receiving downloads for next year. While others are copying each other, you are innovating because you are pulling ideas from the divine substance. Do not force the outcome. If a door shuts, do not try to kick it down. A shut door is a hunch in disguise. It is telling you, "Not this way." If a deal falls through, do not mourn. It is the universe protecting you from a loss you cannot see. Bless the shut doors. Bless the delays. They are part of the guidance system. You are being guided. You are being watched over. You have a silent partner who knows everything, sees everything, and has the power to do everything. Why would you not consult this partner before you make a move? So today, try an experiment. Stop thinking so hard. Loosen your grip on the logic. Ask for a lead. Infinite Spirit, what is the next step? And then, wait for the magic. It might be a phone call. It might be a book falling off a shelf. It might be a sudden burst of energy to clean your closet. Whatever it is, do it. Follow the hunch. It is the golden thread in the labyrinth of life. Take hold of it and never let go. And you will find that you are always in the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing. This is the magic of the path. This is the way of the master dot movement I, the law of non-resistance. And now, we come to the end of the speaking, but we are at the beginning of the receiving. We have planted the seeds. We have dug the ditches, we have faced the lions, and we have listened for the hunch. There is one final law you must master before you go. It is the law that binds all others together. It is the law of non-resistance. Florence Scovel Shinn gave us a paradox. She said that you can only have what you stop fighting for. As long as you are struggling, as long as you are battling, as long as you are tense, you are pushing your good away. You cannot force the universe. You cannot twist the arm of God. So I want you to check your body right now. Are your shoulders tight? Is your jaw clenched? Are you holding your breath? Release it. Let it go. The battle is not yours. The battle belongs to the infinite. You have spoken the word. That was your part. You have engaged the engine. That was your part. Now, You must take your hands off the machinery. Many people ruin their demonstration at the last minute because they cannot relax. They worry, did I do it right? Did I say the right words? Is it coming? This worry is resistance, and resistance creates a wall. You must be like water. Water does not fight the rock. It flows around it. It flows over it. And eventually the rock wears away. Be fluid, be light, be happy. Florence taught us that man's extremity is God's opportunity, but God cannot take that opportunity if you are still trying to control every variable. So, make a declaration of peace. Declare peace with your life exactly as it is right now. I am at peace with my bills. I am at peace with my body. I am at peace with my confusion. When you declare peace, the war ends, and when the war ends, the supplies can finally be delivered. Your ships are coming in, but they cannot dock in a stormy harbor. Calm the waters of your mind. Make your soul a sea of glass, and watch how easily, how effortlessly, the great cargo of your desire drifts into the port. Movement 2. The attitude of gratitude. How do we keep the harbor calm? How do we stay in this state of faith when the world is noisy? We use the bridge of thanksgiving. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you after you receive a gift. In the kingdom of manifestation, gratitude is the mechanism that pulls the gift to you. You must be thankful before you see it. This is the ultimate test of the master. Can you thank God for your perfect health while you are still in pain? Can you thank God for your wealth while your wallet is empty? If you can do this, you have won. You have impressed the subconscious with the truth of the finished work. When Jesus stood before the tomb of Lazarus, he did not beg. He did not cry out in doubt. He said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. He gave thanks before the dead man rose. This is what you must do. You must walk through your day with a heart full of secret joy. You must act as though the contract is signed, the check is cashed, and the healing is complete. Every time you say thank you, you are hammering a nail into the structure of your new reality. You are making it solid. If doubt tries to creep back in, if the old fear tries to whisper to you, do not argue with it. Simply drown it out with gratitude. Say, thank you, Infinite Spirit, that this shadow is passing. Thank you that the light is here. A grateful heart is a magnet. It creates a vortex of energy that sweeps up everything good in the universe and deposits it at your feet. Do not complain. Complaining cuts the wires to the supply station. Do not discuss your troubles. Discussing your troubles invites them to stay for dinner. Talk only of the victory. Talk only of the good news, even if you have to find the smallest thing to be grateful for. The sun in the sky, the breath in your lungs, the chair you are sitting on. Start there, and the gratitude will grow until it becomes a tidal wave that washes away every lack and every limitation. Movement 3. The final benediction. We are ready to seal this session. We are ready to set the seal of approval on your life. You are not the same person who started listening to this audio. You have shifted. You have moved into the fourth dimension. You have moved into the wonderful. Do not look back. Remember the story of Lot's wife. She looked back, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Salt preserves the past. We do not want to preserve the past. We want to create the future. The old you, the fearful you, the limited you is gone, dissolved. The new you, the empowered you, the divine you is here. I want you to take these final words and write them on the tablets of your heart. Let them be your shield. Let them be your sword. Pause. I now smash and demolish, by my spoken word, every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They return to the dust heap of their native nothingness. I now make my perfect records, records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. I am distinct. I am unique. I am a perfect idea in the divine mind. I cannot be separated from my good, for God is my good and God is everywhere. There is no competition. There is no loss. There is no time. There is only the now. I cast every burden on the Christ within, and I go free to be happy. Pause. Feel the weight lift. Feel the chains break. You are free. The universe is not keeping score of your mistakes. The universe is only waiting for your permission to bless you. You have given that permission today. So go out. Dig your ditches. Follow your hunches. Speak your word. And stand back. Stand back and watch the glory of the Lord reveal itself in your life. It will come in a way you do not expect. It will come better than you planned. It will come under grace. The long waiting is over. The wonderful is here. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. Thank you.